The village wife Alfred Lord Tennyson housekeeper sent the my lass, for a new squire cum de last night. Butter and eggs yes. I'll go away the back, alright. Butter I warrants be prime, and I warrants the eggs be as well. Half a pint o' milk runs out when ye breaks the shell. 2. Citizen down for a bit, have a glass o' cowslip wine. I like the old squire and his gels as though they was gels o' mine, for then we was all S1, the squire and his darters and me, all but Miss Annie, the eldest, I never not took to she, but Nellie, the last of the colledge, too I liked her the fust on 'em all, for hoffins we talked o' my darter s died o' the fever at fall, and I thought 'twere the will o' the Lord, but Miss Annie she said it word right, for she hadn't no cum fightin' her, and arn't no thanks for her pines. Eh? Theb all we the Lord my childer, I han't gotten none. A new squire s cum de we is ta ale in his hand, and old squire s gone. 3. First I ate be I ta ale, my lass, the dost know what that be? But I knows the law, I does, for the lawyer ha told it me. When there s not eat to a house by the fault o' that mail the gels they counts for note, and the next un he talks the ta ale. 4. What be the next un like? Can the tell ony harm on him lass? Not I sit down nor sa cowed. Have another glass. Strange and count for the time. We may happen a follows no not as I cares for to hear any harm, but I likes to know. And I hopes as e be it but d, but e does not cum fro the shear? We do know that we the squire, and we ha eats but in air. V for squire were a varsity scholard, and never looked arter the land wodes or turnips or ta-ites e'd hellas a but guys and, hellas alone we is but thon I up a 70 year. And but what s but thou knowest that nather air nor fear. 6. And the gels, they hadn't no ta-ales, and the lawyer they told it me that his ta-ale were so tied up as he couldn't cut down a tree. Drat the trees, says I, to be sure I ha eats 'em, my lass, for we puts the muck o' the land and they sucks the muck fro the grass. VLL. And squire were hellas us millin, and gid to the tramps goin' by and all o' the was I the parish we huffins a drop in his eye. And ivory darter o' squire shed her on ride a nurse to Urson, and there rampaged about we their grooms, and was unton arter the men, and hellas a dallick 3 and doesn't out, and a buying new clothes, while he sit like a great glimmer gout for we his glasses athert his nose, and his nose sa grufted we snuff as it cold and be screwed away, for at ween is readin' and writin' e sniff, up a box and a dae, and e never run de arter the fox, nor arter the birds we is gun, and e never not shot one but e leaved it to Charlie his son, and e never not fished his on puns, but Charlie e caught de the pike, for e warn't not burn to the land, and e didn't take kind to it like. But I ears sed give for a Howry 5 old book £30 and more, and ed wrote an old book, his on sen, sai not sed cum to be poor. And gid I be fear fur to tell the much for an old scratted stone, and dig up a lump by the land and got a brown pot and a bone, and boat out money, woldn't goa, we good gout o' the queen, and boat little statutes all knocked on which was a sham to be seen. But never looked our bill, nor never not see to oat, and never not note but books, and books, as thou knows, be'nt note. 8. But old squire Lottie as long as she lived she kept 'em all clear, for as long as she lived I never hed none of her darters air. Bird arter she died we was all S1, the childer and me, and sarvants run in and out, and offens we hed 'em to tea. Lock. Oh I laughed when the lasses ud talk o' their Mrs. S.Y.'s, and the Missus's talk o' the lasses. I'll tell this o' these days. Only Miss Annie were so stuck oop, like her mother afore her blessed darter they never durkened my door. 9. And squire smiled till gotten if right at last, and calls for his son, for the tourney's letters they foller sa fast. But squire were all feared o' his son, and says to him, meek as a mouse, lad, thou mun cut off thy tail, or the gels'll go to the house, for I finds sib that a debt, I hopes thou help me a bit, and if thou agree to cut off thy tail I may save my son yet. But Charlie sets back his ears, and swears, and he says to him Noah, I've gotten this tight by the tail and be danged if I ever let go Coom. Fthur, he says, why shouldn't he thy books be sewed? I hears assume thy books be worth their weight I gowed. 11. Heaps and heaps o' books, I see belonged to the squire, but the lasses had teared out leaves I the middle to kindle the fire. Most on his old big books fetched I to note at the saw, and squire were at Charlie agent to get him to cut off his tail. 12. You wouldn't find Charlie as likes were that audacious at am, not though you went fur to rack out hell wi a small tooth comb drunk wi the qualodious wine, and drunk wi the farmer s a /u0016. 8. Mad wi the lasses and all and wouldn't cut off the tail. 13. Thou es cum dupe by the beck. And a thurn be a growing theer, I never ha seeded sa white wi the ma as I seeded it to year theer abouts Charlie Joamt, and it gid me a scare t'other night, for I thought it were Charlie s ghost I the dirk, for it looked sa white. Billy, says he, have a Joamp. Thaw the banks o the beck be sa high, for he could is Billy Ruffun, fun iver a hair were I. But Billy fell backwards o Charlie, and Charlie broke his neck, sa there were a hand o the tail, for he lost his tail I the beck. 14. Sa his tail were lost and his books were gone and his boy were dead, and squire he smiled and he smiled, but he never not lift up his eed, how was a soft and squire. And he smiled, for he hadn't he no friend, sa their son was buried together, and this were the hand. 15. And parson as henty the call, no the moony, but has the pride, he reads of a sewer and sart no both the t'other side. But I beant that sewer s the Lord, howsiver they parade and parade, lets them enter even easy as leaves their debts to be paid. Siver the moody as rattled down up a poor old squire I the wood, and I cried along wi the gels, for they wean't never coons to no good. 16. For Molly the long and she walked away wi officer lad, and nobody eared on her sin, sao course she be gone to the bad. And Lucy whirled almo one leg, sweethearts she never ed none strange and unhappen six Miss Lucy. We named her dot and goin'. And Hetty were weak I the haddocks, we out ony harm I the legs, and the fever ed black genius ed as bold as one o them hags, and Nelly were up fro the crodle as big I the mouth as a cow, and saw she mun her mergrate, 7 lass, of she wint get a mite onyhow. And as for Miss Annie s called me for my onfo alks to my face a hinerant village wife as ood have to be larned de her on place, whos for Miss Annie the heldest has now be a growing sa hout, I knows that much o'shay, it beant not fit to be told. 17. I didn't not talk it kindly of old Miss Annie to saw as I should be talking agin them, as soon as they went away, for, locks. Oh I cried when they went. And our Nelly she gid me her and, for I had an ode for the squire and his gels s belonged to the land. Books, I said afore, fed'n their air nor fear. But I sarved 'em wi butter and eggs for a hupud so 20 year. 18. And the hallis paid what I hacks sai hallis dildy wi the hall, and they na what butter were, and they na what a heg were and all. Hugger mugger they lived, but they wasn't the easy to please, till I gid 'em hingy and kern. And they lied big hegs as the CEs. And I never put so made I my butter, they does it at Willis S farm, tossed another drop o the wine tween do the no harm. 19. Sa new squire s cum diwi is tail in his and old squire s gone. I heard him a roomlin by, but arter my nightcap were on. Sa haunt he clapped eyes on him yet, for he cum di last night sa la a plugsh. 9 hens I the peas. Why didn't he the hesp the got 8?